Today I messed up by wearing no underwear to university whilst on my period. So, my boyfriend and I have been going out for over a year and we go to the same university. We've always been a pretty vanilla couple when it comes to our sex life, and my boyfriend suggested last week that it has always been a fantasy of his for me to go out wearing no underwear whilst only he knows. The idea excited me quite a bit as well, and so I dressed up this morning in a tennis skirt with nothing underneath. I text him, "I've got a surprise for you," and nothing else, making sure he was left hanging on the edge and excited for the day. We don't live together, and so when we finally met up, he was all over me, kissing, and his eyes went wide when he realized I was not kidding. I decided to turn it up a notch and stick a piece of cello tape to the top of my thigh. I texted him, "I have a piece of tape stuck to the top of my thigh. If you can take it off, in a public place, then I'll give you head as soon as we get home." He messaged me back. Game on. It was lunchtime and we were sitting opposite two friends, I'll call them Em and Ava, in a local diner we go to all the time. The diner has an enclosed booth seating, so his hands would just look like they were resting on my thigh and I was slouching forward a little. He managed to get the tape, which was stuck to the top of my left thigh. However, the fun didn't stop there as his fingers made a little detour. We both thought I was extremely wet. I was getting squeamish in my seat and he was looking a little bit flustered. We both missed what Em was saying, so when she shouted, "Guys, can you hear me?" we both jumped. I got up to go to the toilet and compose myself, whilst my boyfriend placed his hands on the white diner table. Ava coughed kind of awkwardly and said, "My name, I think you've got a little something on the back of your skirt." My white tennis skirt was soaked through with blood. I was horrified when I realized all four of us realized at the same time the blood stains on the table. My boyfriend literally went purple and proceeded to wipe his hands on his shirt. I almost died right there and then. I took my boyfriend's hoodie to tie around my waist, grabbed him by the hand and pulled him out of there, shouting over my shoulder, "Sorry, we need to go home to get cleaned up." It has been 2 hours and though we are both noticeably less bloody, we are both as mortified. He has disappeared to my bedroom whilst I'm writing this on the sofa trying to figure out how to explain what just happened. TLDR, my boyfriend basically fingered me in public, under the table, but our friends found out. Today I messed up by sending my D&D group a steamy shower video. Quick background. My wife and I were having a lighthearted argument about the best way to clean feet. I told her that I like to put a bit of body soap on the shower floor and then quickly move my feet back and forth over the soap until clean. She thought that was incredibly stupid. So fast forward to today, I'm taking my shower and get the brilliant idea to take a video of my method, because obviously she just didn't understand. I grab my phone and try to balance it and the soap bottle. Then I proceed to my method. I was trying to keep the video tasteful, but wasn't super worried, seeing as the recipient was my wife, so there was some floppy in the video for a brief second. I finish cleaning my feet and go to send the video through Messenger. And yeah, I did the thing I never thought I would do, I sent it to the D&D group chat. I panicked and tried to undo, but the phone had some significant moisture on it, as well as my fingers, so didn't quite make it. I jumped out of the shower and dried my hands and phone like a maniac. With dry fingers and phone, I unlocked and went into Messenger, then to the group chat just in time to see the little dots drop. The Dragonborn Rouge, the half-elf ranger, and the human fighter all saw it. We were sending memes back and forth before the shower, so I guess they were still active. I quickly unsent and took a moment to figure out my response. The first message from the ranger. "What the hell? I just started sending out apologies like crazy. It's surprisingly hard to explain why you were making a foot cleaning video in the first place. I guess I just figured that if I keep trying to explain and apologize in short bursts, the avalanche of pathetic groveling and embarrassing explanations would keep things at bay. Luckily I play with some great people who know me fairly well, so everyone got a good laugh. But I doubt we'll get much gaming done next session. No way I'm going to live this down anytime soon. Too long. Didn't read. I took a video of how I like to wash my feet in the shower after my wife said it was weird and accidentally sent a brief flash of Wang to my D&D group. Edited, just to say thank you for all the feedback and awards. And to update. I got a bit of lack, but everyone thought the whole thing was pretty funny. No harm sans my ego. Today I messed up by forgetting I was driving an automatic. With fruit punch. So this happened less than an hour ago and I've just finished scraping out the front of the car of bits of fruit. But to start at the beginning, I was driving my wife to a baby shower party and, as we were looking after my nephew and niece, we had swapped my car, a manual, with my stepbrother's, an automatic. My wife had done her usual job, beautifully wrapping the present for the prospective mum, and we had also decided to bring along a bowl of fruit punch. For some unknown reason we had made the punch and put it in the bowl and just covered it with plastic wrap. Yes, I know, every other time I would put it in a plastic container and decant once we got there, or add the liquid ingredients on arrival, much smarter. However, it's 39 degrees Celsius here at the moment and we were running late, so I blame heat and stress for the temporary brain fart. Anyways, after driving carefully across the city with my wife holding on to the plastic-covered punch bowl with both hands so she could even out the turns and the acceleration/braking. Until we arrived and ready to pull up when I conduct the screw-up by forgetting I was in an automatic and pressing the pedal next to the accelerator like it was the clutch, straight to the floor. Of course, this is actually the brake, making the car go from 30 km/h to 0 in half a second, resulting in 3+ liters of fruit punch meeting a thin lining of plastic wrap. Physics takes its usual course and the next moment the fruit punch exploded throughout the front of my stepbrother's car with bits of fruit and juice spread everywhere. My wife, who had dressed up nicely for the baby shower, was drenched in juice and bits of fruit. Fortunately, the gift escaped mostly unscathed, being in a plastic bag. I've been picking shredded fruit and pulp out from every crevice and cranny. Once it cools down I'll go and wipe everything down so it's not sticky and so I can hand the car back without it being completely gross. My wife says she forgives me, she got spare clothes from the party host and decided to stay too long. Didn't read. Hit the brake instead of the clutch, causing explosive release of fruit punch over my wife and in my stepbrother's borrowed car.